Hi everybody, I'm Blue, and today I want to talk about a special little show before it leaves Netflix. That show being SheRa and the Princesses of Power, which will be leaving on February 21st, and I just wanted an opportunity to talk about this show for anybody that's sort of been on the fence about checking it out. Because where this show didn't resonate with me as strongly as it did others, I still think that there's a lot worth discussing, and I think it's a show that's worth viewing. So without further ado, let's jump in. SheRa and the Princesses of Power follows Adora, a young woman who is working for the Horde, a military group excavating and protecting the planet from the evil princesses. After a certain mission, she begins to question if the Horde that she works for is actually the good guys. And upon discovering a magical sword in the woods which turns her into the legendary Defender SheRa, she gets a better idea of what the princesses are really about as she joins Bow and Glimmer in the Resistance, fighting against the people that she had once allied herself with. The art for this series is really unique and fun. It's very eye-catching. I do think it unfortunately makes it feel like it appeals to a younger demographic than what it actually does, but it's really cute and a lot of the colors they play with are so fun. I love the raspberry on Scorpia here in particular. And this well-designed feeling isn't just in the characters, it's also in the world itself. I've seen a lot of shows and games and movies try to blend fantasy and sci-fi, and it always feels too one-sided, too in favor of one or the other. But here, it's a really well-done blend with these big, soft-style forests next to hard machinery. And it's part of what had me captivated in it. Because when this show first came out, I was frankly outside of the target demographic, and I saw the art style and I read some reviews, and yeah, this is definitely not meant for me, so I put it to the side and didn't really care about it. Until, as such things tend to happen, I needed some background noise while I was drawing, so sure, let's check this out. I've heard that the character Catra is interesting, so let's see what this show has to offer. And what the show has to offer kind of surprised me, because what this show excels at is relationships, and I'm not talking these two characters pair up, even if it does kind of end that way at the end, but the way that everybody interacts with each other is so much more natural than what I see in a lot of shows aimed for this sort of a target demographic. For example, Glimmer and Adora become very fast friends, but there's something that happens later on that causes a rift between them. And where a lot of shows would sweep that under the rug and get it fixed by the end of the episode or ignore it entirely, this lingers. They don't get an opportunity to talk about it because there's just so much going on at this point. And yet the show respects that they need to have that conversation before they can be close friends again. And that is what I like the most about this. Every character and their connections to another is important. It's a friendship is magic kind of show, a love wins in the end kind of show, and yet they still make sure to tell you that that's not always going to be the case. There are going to be moments where there's distrust, where things go poorly, and you have to accept the consequences of these actions, which is a very important lesson, I think. And of all the characters in the show, I feel like it's these three that I have on screen right now that kind of exemplify it. This is Scorpia, the big one at the bottom, Catra, the cat, and Entrapta. All three of these are characters who are desperate to be understood in one way or another. Catra wants to be respected and get what she feels she deserves. Scorpia's just desperate for friends or contact or people that care about her. And Entrapta, maybe it's not as loud as the other two, but she gets misunderstood and misinterpreted so often throughout the series that finding people that she can connect with, that she can be herself around, is a big moment for her. So there we go, yay, we have a friendship group and everything's gonna be great and wonderful because they all found each other, right? No, because this show respects its characters. Catra wants love and respect, but she doesn't even respect herself, and she can't love herself, so how in the world is she supposed to reach out to anybody and see them as anything more than something for her to climb over to get to the top? Scorpia's so desperate for love and affection that she'll let all those red flags just fly free, and it's okay, she'll work around them. That's what friends are for, right? And Entrapta, well, she kind of has her own thing going on that I won't spoil, but because these are the situations that these characters are coming from, this is their approach, it's kind of inevitable that they aren't going to be the friendship squad that they want to be or that they could be. And the fact that the writers allow them to fall apart, to be a bit messy, is one of the things that just really makes me love this show. Throw in some really unique vocal direction, as well as just a cast that you can tell is giving their all and is super excited to be a part of this project, and you have a recipe for success. The final season is really good. It ties up a lot of loose ends and brings together about what you would expect for this story to conclude with. Except for one thing. What's up with Double Trouble? What's the deal with them? I need their backstory episode. I don't know if there's like a creator commentary somewhere or what, but I love Double Trouble so much, and I just don't feel like we got enough time with them. Not that that's important in regards to this video. But yeah, SheRa's getting ready to leave Netflix, so if you have a Netflix account, I really do recommend checking this out. You can even do what I did and just throw it up in the background and just have it be sound until you find those moments or those characters that you start to connect with, because this is one of those shows where I think it's so interesting who you end up enjoying as a comfort character. And for those of you who have already watched the show, if you would, in the comments down below, write to me who your favorite character was and why, because I'm just excited to hear about these characters one last time before the show goes away. So, I'm gonna watch a couple episodes here and there of my favorites, and until next time, later!